Hi everyone, it's me, Alna. All right, so sorry I'm a few minutes late and I apologize. I was just getting ready for this Facebook Live. And so I was trying some new things. I just bought a new ring light. So I was trying to fix it and positioning because I do have glasses. All right, so I thought today I'd come into the Facebook Mom to Mompreneur group to help you with grow your traffic, right? So I find that there's going to be three main ways to attract readers to your blog. All right. Now, I know there's a lot of different ways to focus on traffic, right? Because like you want to attract those right readers, you want to attract the right target audience, you want to do all these things to bring people to your blog. But if you're on all these different platforms, you're doing all these different things and you're not seeing any results, you might be think you're doing something wrong. And that's not necessarily the case. You could be doing things right, but maybe not in all the right steps kind of thing. So I thought today I could share with you just three things that you should probably focus on. Like those are the main things you should focus on when you are promoting your blog post and how to promote your blog post so that you can gain more traction and more traffic. All right. So if you're here, just say hi, make sure that this microphone is working and that I'm posting in the right place. I'm just going to check real quick. Okay. Yes, it looks like I am live. Fantastic. Okay. All right, everyone. Technology always gets me, I swear to God. I hope you had a great weekend, and I just want to say hi to everyone that's here that joined us recently. This Facebook group is growing tremendously, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Every person is very helpful, and I really enjoy that. Seeing other threads that people are helping each other. So that's really great, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted this community. So thank you, everyone. All right, so traffic. Let me know. Oh, hey, that's awesome. So glad. Let me know if you need any help with traffic, if you're suffering with traffic and all that stuff. You can mention it in the comments if you want. Because I know, like, for me, I started so many different blogs and I'm trying really hard to grow my traffic, definitely. Right now, my focus is on Smart Mom Ideas, okay? I have already reached the 25,000 page views a while ago. And that opened up the doors for a new monetization strategy, right? To do some ads on that blog. And I already realized when I took over that blog and was writing content that my goal was to do ads on that blog. I wasn't going to start an email list. I wasn't going to be very vocal on that, like networking and doing influencing stuff with that blog. Instead, I just wanted to slap on some ads and just do some affiliate marketing with Amazon and just leave it at that. So I recently started putting ads with Mediavine, and that's going well. I'm happy with what the results are. I'm getting some money every day, so that's great. But I'm still working hard on getting more traffic. I haven't checked my traffic for Smart Mom Ideas in a couple of days. Let me just check real quick. I think I've reached 40 maybe or 35 page views right now. Where am I at? So I've been working hard at writing more. Oh, here we go. Where am I? Acquisition. Writing more content and publishing more content consistently. That's my my main tactic to grow my traffic on that blog. All right. Yeah, I'm at 38,000 page views. So I'm growing. I'm growing every day. I'm getting spikes in my traffic. All right. So one of the first things that I'm doing for that blog to start attracting more people is to really hone down on my Pinterest graphics. Okay. And this is going to go hand in hand with the number 2 thing that I'm going to tell you today. But let's just focus on Pinterest quickly and how to get those types of pins that attract readers. I'm just going to go quickly to my Smart Mom Ideas Pinterest board. Here we go. All right. All right, so this is what I've been working on lately for Smart Mom Ideas. I'm just going to update it and see if there's any new pins. And what I like about Smart Mom Ideas is that I'm getting a lot of traction on this platform. It is a mom blog, so moms are the right audience on Pinterest, and so the type of content that I'm sharing on my Smart Mom Ideas blog is more relatable than my Twins Mommy blog. So my impressions and my click-throughs and my traffic is growing differently than Twins Mommy, and I'm using a different strategy. But I really wanted to focus on creating the pins and the right type of pins to get people to click on your pins and to go to your blog. So for me, what I try to do, I change my pin template all the time. I'm really liking this Halloween one. I'm going to just grab it. I like this template a lot. And it's getting some traction. I mean, it is a seasonal pin, so I'm hoping that it'll get more traction as October hits. But I did this pin actually in Canva. I did the actual graphic in Canva, and I did the fonts using my own fonts. So I like this little quadrant style. And I was doing that for Smart Mom Ideas for a long time. So having a pin with this sort of frame works well in the mom blog. I haven't tried it for Twins Mommy for blogging, but that's something you can try and see if that would work. If you had nice little different pictures based on whatever you're talking about for blogging tips or for finance tips or for whatever other niche you're in. But I found that this template works well. And then the other one that seems to be doing well for me are these smaller pins. So my Halloween was a longer pin, but the smaller pins at 600 by 900 seem to work. And what I'm finding is the colors that I'm using are usually pink. I tried different colors. I've tried a blue here, but this pin didn't take off as much as my other pins. So it hasn't broke 1,000. This is an older pin. So my audience prefers more red tone colors. All right, so I'm doing most of my pins in different types of pinks, different types of yellows, different types of like purples and colors like that to see if that would attract my ideal audience. So I think I tried more green on this one, and that took off a little bit. And this could also mean that my title was more engaging, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just go with pin stuff. If you have any questions, just pop them in. Hopefully I can see them. Sorry. But I'm using more pictures and more faces on Smart Mom Ideas. Now, one of my tactics for Pinterest marketing is to avoid using faces. But for this platform and for the audience for mom bloggers, I feel like having that connection with the face and with babies and things like that seems to engage people to click on my pin and to click over. So I am playing around with using more faces, as you can see here. And these are stock photos as well. So I am also working on using paid stock photos, but also free. I think a lot of these are free. This one here is free. This one is free too. So this is a free stock photo, and this one took off too. All right, so I'm using the pinks. I'm also trying to use a lot of white space in my pins, and not only around the words, but in between the words, different font bolding, different types of fonts. And one thing that I'm playing around with now is to avoid using any kind of script fonts. I want to make it super easy for someone that's scrolling on their phone to read my pin. All right, so these are little tactics that you can use. You can start using on your pin to start attracting your right audience. All right, number 2. Oops. Sorry. Hi. Oh, do you keep the pins that aren't doing so well or trash them and make new ones? Oh, I never delete my pins. So, and I don't think you should. I think even Pinterest says you shouldn't delete your pins. I would keep them, and just if a pin is poor performing, you just create an alternate pin, and that one hopefully will take off. So yeah, I never trash my pins at all. I may not reschedule them in my Tailwind feed. I may not repin them, but I will look at that pin and create a new pin with a different title. Definitely. But I wouldn't delete them at all. All right. Great. Okay. So the number 2 thing that I believe is what can help, even if you don't have a optimized pin graphic, this number 2 thing could help you override that. And that's your title. Okay. So as a copywriter, I work hard at creating and crafting like the right headline that I can hook people in. So when you're creating your pin graphics, first of all, they don't have to be the same title as your blog title. You could have a completely different title on that. So don't worry about copying what you have on your blog headline, but make sure that it's not completely far off, because again, you don't want to hoodwink a person when they click on your pin, go to your blog post, and then it is talking about something completely different. You know, if you write a pin like, 3 Pinterest hacks to grow your traffic, but the blog post is all about guest blogging and different tactics for traffic, right? You don't want to hoodwink someone. So when you're creating alternate titles, it should be based around the main topic of your blog. Now, the only exception I feel would be if you have a like a blog post that's like an ultimate guide, and you answer a lot of questions in that blog post, then you can create specific types of pins around that blog post. So for one of my profiles, I do that for one of my pins and on one of my profiles. I'll just show you. Let me see if I can find the pins. On my freelance writing blog, I have a sort of this ultimate guide that talks about, what is freelance writing. So it's just a little guide for people that have no idea what freelance writing is. And I go through like a lot of things in that blog post. All right, so this is the post. And like I said, it's just an ultimate guide. I answer questions in this post right here. And I give a lot of information about freelance writing, all right, and what you can offer. So what I did on Pinterest is I took these sort of subtopics and made pins around it. So let me see if I can find one of them. Is this one of them? Yeah, I think this is one of them. Yeah, so this is one of them. How do I find my ideal client as a freelance writer? This pin will direct you to the What is Freelance Writing post. So I feel like there is some connection because it's a question, and then my blog post is about a question, and it talks about the whole concept of freelance writing. But I just don't like pins that when I click on, it's a little bit unrelated to the whole topic. That's just my personal thing, but I could be pissing off people with my pins as well. I don't know. All right. Do you feel it's better to upload all pins to your blog post and pin from your post? Or is uploading pins directly to Tailwind Pinterest okay as well? I try to make a lot of pins per post and don't want to put them all in the actual blog post. Great. I know that totally makes sense. I don't put all all the new pins that I create on a blog post. I do just put them on the Pinterest platform. So you can do that. I know there are some ways that you can hide your pins. So you can also hide your pins. I believe there's one of the Facebook Lives that I did a long time ago. I share a link to how to hide your pins. But I think Christy Hill has a blog post on that as well. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to find it. But you can hide your pins. And so that's another easier way. But what I normally do is I just, like you said, schedule them to Tailwind or just put them on the Pinterest platform. And that seems to be fine. I do that a lot for this profile right here, actually. I just go and create the pin. Now, right now, Pinterest is going through an update. So I'm like having a very bad, like tantrum right now about how I can't create a pin. Like when I go and create a pin and click on done, it like disappears. It doesn't pop up a new window to tell me how to save it. So right now that's not happening. So I'm not creating pins that way. Hopefully this update will go over quickly and I can start doing the things that I was doing. So I hope that answered your question. All right. So talking about the title is, I honestly believe like that's the number one thing. You can get away with a pin that's dark. You can get away with a pin that's all green and black. You can get away with a pin that has totally like tons of faces and looks like a magazine ad. You can get away with a pin like that if you have the right headline. And I've seen that time and time again with my pins. So like for me, I don't know which ones are my most popular pins on this one here. But what I try to do on this platform for freelancers is a lot of how-to. All right. Those are big ticket winners. So if you can structure your pin that way, people will click over to your pin because it seems like a very authoritative pin, an idea. Like, I'm going to show you how to do X, Y, and Z. All right. So for me, this is big on service-based readers on Pinterest, if they have a service-based business, or if they're interested in doing writing, fiction writing or whatnot. They follow me on this platform. So I have a lot of like how to make a living. I have a lot of posts on how do you make a living? How do you make a full-time living? How do you make a living with a child? How do you make a living online? All of this. So I have a lot of things like that. Using words like easy. That seems to always attract people. They want to find the easy way to do these things. You can change around and make it a little bit audacious. You know, the ridiculously easy ways you can use, the super easy ways. Those types of words, superlatives, I believe that's what they're called, do well in your headline for Pinterest. And then a final tip for Pinterest is if you're personal, that also helps. So let me just go to Pinterest. Hi. Okay. So on my Pinterest profile, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I can. All right. So on my Twins Mommy profile here, one of my top performing posts is how I made $600 from one blog post. Now, granted, this is about money, but I find that a lot of things, my other one, how I grew my Pinterest followers, was a very popular post and pin on Pinterest. So if you can show on your pin something that you did that worked, use that type of language on your pin, and that will help attract readers. Like Pinterest as a platform, people are going on pinning to feel better about themselves and to learn how they can do things better. Okay, that's what I do on Pinterest. When I try to find pins on Pinterest, I'm seeing, well, how can I grow my milk when I'm breastfeeding? Like, how can I boost my milk supply? Well, this mom was able to double her milk supply in 48 hours. Well, what's her secret? I want to find out, right? So you want that personalization on your pins to attract the right pinner and to get people to your blog. So that's key. And that's also key on other platforms. So I like to use Facebook to engage with my audience. And so I try my best to have the right title for Pinterest. And this goes into number 3. So the third way is when you are posting on social media, you need a really good like hook. So like a really good introduction here, a post here. Spend some time writing it. And what I like to do when I write these social media posts is ask a question and engage with the problem right and early, like early on. That one I really didn't. This one was more curiosity. Like, did you know that you still have to pay attention to old blog posts? Like, I sort of gave a little curiosity thing, like, oh, you didn't know that, right? Like, let me show you why, kind of thing. But most of my posts are question based. Let me see if I can find one here. So this one, need some free ways to get more readers to your blog or share your blog or comment on your blog. Like, that's a huge question, but I dive right into the pain point of my audience. Yes, they want free ways, check. They want more readers, check. And they want people to like comment and share their blog posts, check. Those are pain points for a lot of my audience. So I go right there in my first question. Hopefully that will hook a reader. And then I use a lot of these like emoji graphics or whatever they're called. I feel so old when I talk about that stuff. But yeah, so I use that again to attract the person when they're scrolling on Facebook. Okay, so those are key for getting those readers off of social media onto your blog post. All right, I don't know if you guys have any questions or not, but I thought I can give you a little bit of quick tips there. I'm going to check the comms to see if I missed any. And then I wanted to show you something. Or maybe not. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. If you need more help with that initial part of blog writing, honing down your target audience, because that's a big challenge for a lot of bloggers is, once you start your blog, who am I going to target my audience? What kind of blog posts am I going to write? Those are big challenges. But once you get that right template, once you get that roadmap, everything becomes easier. You can monetize your blog posts a lot faster and a lot easier once you identify your target audience and you identify their pain points. And so I just wanted to show you quickly that my masterclass, it's a 1-hour masterclass, goes and dives right into that type of content. I think it's 3 hours, 3 different lessons. And this is one of my favorite things that I talk about because writing is my bae. It's what I love to do. And if I can help you guys write better content to attract the right audience, then I will. So I want to help everyone. So please take a look at this and see if it's something for you. You can take over the weekend and we can talk about it on the group for sure. All right. So thank you for coming by and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.